Diary of an ID theft victim, part 8. It's a new month, Monday the 2nd of March, and I'm very tired, I'm very drained, my face is looking really stressed out. So the name of this segment will be Name and Shame, because I did say last month that I wanted things to be finished, and I would have hoped that certain people would have realised that, little as I may be, that I'm very serious and I'm not going to be easy to remove. I'm very worried about my safety. I have to be very careful. I hardly get any sun because I stay home most of the time and try to do what I can to work online. Now, there is a family, their name is Madden. They, apparently there was a woman called Marcia Madden Bernard. She's the first one on my list, name and shame. They're in the business of, they're funeral parlours. It's a wonderful business. And it's a bit frightening when it comes to mind, when you think of how long I've been here and how long I've not known that there was any connection between them and the Bernard family. But apparently she was at one point married to a Bernard. And in spite of the fact that their family is quite rich and has a very successful business that was set up by, I believe, the grandfather also, several generations, with a wonderful reputation, she doesn't seem that she's quite satisfied with that. And she seems to have gone through a lot of trouble to have taken properties that belonged to Bernard, that seems to be someone who's related to me, and transferred these properties. Now, a lot of trouble has been done to keep it hidden. Interestingly enough, they have lawyers in their family, and I have a name on a piece of paper along with a surveyor's name, and it looks like this person looks like happens to have the same surname. So, you know, put two and two together. I don't want to make any accusations of anything that I haven't got proof of, but then when you go to try and find out anything from the National Land Agency or any of the other government agencies, you can't get anywhere. Now, interestingly enough, they happen to have two family members. One is a councillor and one is an MP. So, you know, obviously when you're dealing with persons who have such connections, and I mean connections in everywhere, I haven't been able to get any assistance from the police force. I've been threatened several times by all different people, and I didn't know the reason why. I know my ID was used, taken, copied, I've reported it, and I've never been able to prove it. I never knew exactly what it was about, but now I know that this is about money, property, greed. And so the first person that I am reporting today through means of this video evidence, because I cannot get any assistance from the police in Jamaica. I have been right up to the Police Complaints Authority and to MOCA, which, if you don't know what that stands for, they deal with corruption. So they're supposed to deal with corruption and organised crime, but this is a very dire situation. I'm asking you to please pray for me, with me. Through the powers and the grace of the Almighty, I'm still here, because it's very worrying knowing that people are in a certain line of business, and, you know, once you're, you know how to, you deal with autopsies and all kinds of things. Obviously, you know, it's kind of a bit frightening what imagination brings to mind of what you know, persons like that know and what that knowledge could be used for. But God, give thanks to God, by the grace of God, I'm still here. And I'm making this video diary now as the start and the first one out of my Name and Shame month, because I'm not being taken seriously so far. They think that it's, you know, I'm just a little nobody with no money. But the interesting thing is, my family apparently did leave quite a amount of property here, but I and the rest of my family have been completely, totally, illegitimately locked out of whatever was supposed to have been shared amongst the remaining family members. And this is not something that is new. I mean, there's people out there who've been through this. This is something that is quite prevalent in the Caribbean. It happens in Africa, and I'm sure it happens all over the world. But, you know, I think it's about time that we stop trying to kill each other's family, kill each other as brother and sisters over money and things that you cannot take with you. Remember, people, seek ye first the kingdom of Almighty